take you one step so that this makes more sense. By we, you mean your nonprofit CK12.
Yeah.
And CK12 stands for?
K-12.
K-12 is like from kindergarten to 12.
Yeah.
And what you are doing here is you are providing modern approaches to learning. Is that a fair way to put it?
Yes.
And these modern approaches use digital instead of print. So there is much more customization and upgradation possible.
Yes.
And are you also employing artificial intelligence in this process?
Just let me get to that
Yes,
story.
yes, yeah,
Okay.
Right. Just wanted to give people a context. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
You're absolutely right. We started with the content because I believed nothing was intelligent for the digital. Machines need to have some language.
Right.
It's not natural language processing. It came later. But we needed to create this context so that we could a machine could understand what we had written.
Right.
So we created the content in math and science for grades K to 12. And we said, okay, now every teacher, we actually put 3 different levels at grade, advanced, and behind, and said, okay, these are the things we are providing you. These are quality assured, domain experts, all that stuff, so that it was the right quality. Then we said to the teachers, states, schools, whatever, you can create your own versions for every child or your class, whatever you need to do, and kind of make learning better.
So a teacher could customize the material you've made and give it to individual students as per their needs. Okay. Yes.
We had over 300,000 flex books created.
And a flexbook is this digital book you're talking
Yes.
about. Okay, yes.
Customizable.
Customizable digital book that a teacher can alter to a student's
Yes,
need.
yes.
That's pretty radical.
It was very radical at that time.
Yeah.
And, but the thing is, we knew that this thing had to be broken into smaller components because of the digital world had become bite-sized.
Right.
MTV world,
Right.
the social, these had produced very small learning bits.
Right.
So then we produced, concepts. And each concept had everything it needs to be explainable. And the relationship that comes of each concepts. And these are pretty complicated connections. So we built a concept map. Concept map of math, concept map of sciences.
Right.
And then we made a concept map of math and sciences.
And so is it like
Yes.
a net? Wow.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
beautiful. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in fact, we were the only people who did that. And, Google tried to build that into their algorithm. It just didn't work for them. And so from there onwards, we said, what's missing to truly know what a student knows or doesn't know? Right? An exam doesn't explain it. Interaction with teacher is there.
Right.
And parents may not be able to help all the time.
Right.
And we knew we had to go to a tutor. And with all the machine learning complex systems coming up, we realized we just quietly kept building this thing so that we could build the back end. We could figure out how much time a student is spending on each content. We had a histogram following the kid and the time spent.
Right.
If they didn't even go all the way down and they stop halfway, you can tell that they're not going to be able to get the answer.
There is a predictive element to it. Yeah, right.
Yes.
Right.
And we can give you insights. Like, hey, this kid didn't even read this.
So he's not even read what a circle is in the exam. He will not be able to do it.
He will not be able to do this. Okay, that's a simple one.
Yes, right.
Right?
Yeah.
But we have so many elements that we can bring together to be able to predict, to explain to a teacher, here's your class. And in this class, this child is working hard, yet not doing well. Okay? This child is doing really well and, but they're not engaged. How can we engage them so they continue learning? So there are many things that go into this tutor. We have a teacher's assistant as well because we built the teacher staff first.
The teaching assistant is a person, or is it also
No,
tech?
no.
That's also
Everything is
technology.
tech.
Okay. Yes,
Okay.
please. Yeah,
Everything was qualified with those human teachers
sure.
going through these things. Where might we be going wrong in their answers? Not only can this tutor help you by mistakes, we can even tell if there's so much stuff there these kids have to learn. They're not going to learn. They're not going to use. And so we try to encourage them, engage them by saying, if you want to be a fashion designer, if you want to be a cricketer, what are the concepts you must know? Things like the force, the bat, those are intuitive things like we talked earlier,
right?
But they all are knowledge based,
Right.
practice based.
Yeah, right. So if you want to be a cricketer, you need the grammar of concepts that leads you to play cricket better in a sense.
Exactly.
Right.
And you need to be able to be instinctive with it.
Yes. It needs to almost follow like the swing of your bat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Think about a golfer. Think about a cricket, any cricket batsman, right? It is so instinctive.
Right.
But it doesn't come from just instinct.
Mm-hmm.
That instinct is built with practice of doing it over and over. You kind of see that ball's coming this way, and I'm going to,
Right.
And that's what's missing. So the kids that do well will continue to be passionate about that.
So it's almost like, because I remember when I was in school, and that was about 10 years ago now, we were beginning to have television screens very much like this,
Yes.
right? And okay, so we are now going to learn how an electron sort of runs around
Yes.
an atom nucleus, and we're watching it, and it looks like the solar system, and it's kind of like trivial. At that point,
Yes.
tech had invaded only trivially.
Yes.
What you are offering is a very revolutionary, futuristic way of learning,
Yes.
where the problem of standardized education, one teacher for 50 students can only think so much at one point, is being solved through customized tech means. It's no longer the printed word, but the digital media. It's machine learning and artificial intelligence really helping a kid get engaged with education.
But you can still isolate all these different forms, modalities. You still need a teacher in there somewhere, parent, some mentor,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
Flexi is not a human being. It cannot, basically it can deduct.
I'm so sorry. Flexi is the tool.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
Should
you'll
I
have to
mention that?
Yes, it is very obvious to you, but
Yeah.
not to us. Yes,
Yes.
So Flexi is the tool in CK12,
Yes.
which is the Flexi book or the Flexi tutor.
So Flexi was 2.0 for the Flex book.
Oh, it's Flexi is 2.0 for the Flex book.
So it's not only just So Flex book was what students learned from,
Right.
that teachers provided.
Right.
Right now Flexi learns from the student
Okay.
and kind of then gives them what they need in the Flex book and
Okay.
in contact. I shouldn't call it Flex book anymore,
Right.
because that form's been kind of broken apart
Right.
to do real learning.
So Flexi learns from the student and provides to the student.
Yeah.
It's an interactive.
It's an interactive medium, and that could only be possible with the ChatGPT, the conversations we have.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is people have to wait till generative AI or large language models catch up
Right.
to being human being. And I don't know whether that's going to happen, when it's going to happen. But we've taken on the step to ensure that we are covering a lot of those things.
In the education domain, at least,
Yes,
right? Like
in the
you're
domain.
solving for that,
Yeah.
at least. Guys, if you're enjoying the clips that we are putting out on this channel, you can consume all our podcasts in small clips right here. We chunk them together and release them just for your convenience. Do not forget to press the subscribe button.